little foggy out there to start your Monday. Welcome back. It is 6:42. Attorney Dave Beatrice back for round number 2 of his free legal advice segment, and we already have a caller. How about that?
Yeah, I was busy back there.
Well, good.
I wanted Jody to teach me the weather, and she would say, "Well, this is for," the phone would ring, and I go, "All right, what's this for?" And the phone would ring. I got no lessons.
Well, that's a good thing, and the phone is rung again.
Yes.
So, caller, go ahead with your question for Attorney Beatrice.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me, Attorney
Yes,
Beatrice?
I can. Where are you calling from?
Pennsylvania.
Okay, and I know a little bit about this. They changed your Medicare plan. Is that what you were saying to me?
My Advantage plan.
Okay.
They promised us benefits in the beginning of the year, new wonderful benefits of $360 for things like hiking shoes, running shoes, boots, fishing poles. In the middle of the year, they cut it off. So the people that bought things, this was a reimbursement thing. They wouldn't pay you immediately. You pay, send it in, get reimbursed.
Okay.
They pulled that out from under us middle of the year. So some people bought things and they don't get reimbursed because they took that benefit away from us. Are they allowed to do that midterm?
So I don't know what the contract says. So there's a contract, believe it or not, between you and this company. And so if someone did something before they took it away, they may have had a right in the contract to take it away. But the quick answer to your question is no. That's not something generally they could take away. With the caveat or the exception is read the contract between you and that company and see if they're allowed to withdraw benefits that they have promised you. And I can tell you that smells like a lawsuit because it doesn't pass the legal smell test to me.
That's
I wish
what
you
I
well.
thought.
Okay?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this one came from email. This person was in a car accident that caused $800 of damage to the other person's car. Everyone involved at the time said that they were not hurt. Then now 2 years later, after the accident, the person is suing the driver for permanent disability. Now, this person also got a divorce during that time, and they kind of made agreements that weren't in the paperwork that the husband would get the house and she did not. They did the divorce themselves, and now they need to know how to protect the house from this new lawsuit and potentially transfer that to his name.
The only reason they'd have to protect the house is if they didn't have insurance on the car. If you have insurance on the car, even though you don't have that insurance company anymore. So for instance, say 2 years ago you had State Farm, and then the next year you went to Allstate. If you were in an accident 2 years ago, State Farm is still under contractual obligation to protect you from that lawsuit. So what I want to tell the caller is turn it over to your insurance company. And if you're driving without insurance, well, you need to get a lawyer ASAP.
All right, we have another caller on the line with a question for Attorney Beatrice. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is George. My wife got a letter from the George Civil Court involving a credit card.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure what to do with it. It's not a letter to appear. It's just like a whole bunch of information.
If you got it from a court, sir, that's a lawsuit.
Yes.
And you need to go and show up for the lawsuit, because if you don't, they will get default judgment against you. Did they tell you in that paperwork they said how many days you have the answer?
28 days.
You better do something within 28 days.
Okay.
If you don't, they're going to get default. How much are they suing you for?
Somewhere around $5,000.
It might behoove you to get a lawyer, and if you can't get a lawyer, at least see if you can't have a lawyer help you fill out the paperwork. But please do not ignore that, because if you ignore it, they're gonna get that $5,000 judgment, and they're gonna try to come collect it from you. Okay?
All righty. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, when you get a letter and people don't know.
Yeah.
When you get a letter from a court or something from a court, that means someone has sued you. The due process clause of the 14th Amendment, and just how we do things here in this country, someone can't sue you without giving you notice that they're suing you. So they just can't show up and say, "Hey, I got a judgment against you." You have to have due process of law. And so this credit card company's suing him, and he goes, "I got paperwork from Gerard." No, he didn't get paperwork from Gerard. He got a lawsuit from Gerard, and in the cover letter, that the Girard court puts, or any court puts, it says you have so many days to answer this lawsuit. That's not an invitation. I mean, you don't have to answer it, but if you don't answer it, you're going to get default judgment against you.
There you go. All right. He's the expert. Thank you so much, Dave. We appreciate it.
We're done already.
We are. How about that? It flies by. Had a couple
Flies
callers
by,
in this
and
segment.
I have to go now donate more money to a charity.
We have trivia.
I messed up her name again.
It's all right. It happens.